This question is from GATE 2014 Mechanical Engineering paper, set 4, question number 20. Within the heat affected zone HAZ, in a fusion welding process, the work material undergoes option A, microstructural changes but does not melt. Option B, neither melting nor microstructural changes. Option C, both melting and microstructural changes after solidification. Option D, melting and retains the original microstructure after solidification. Let's find out. So during welding, the zone that will undergo changes in material properties, so it undergoes changes in material properties due to the welding or the high heat cutting, but here we are talking about welding. And of course, these changes in material properties will occur only when the microstructure is changed. So hence, microstructure changes. So a part of the answer is ready, that microstructure is going to change during the welding for the heat affected zone. So this zone that undergoes changes in material properties due to welding, that is the microstructure will change, is nothing but the heat affected zone, of course. Second point is that it does not melt. So there is a part that will melt, which is nothing but the fusion zone, which is called the fusion zone, and the part that does not melt but its material properties changes because of the microstructural change is nothing but the heat affected zone. So here we can say that it does not melt, but do not melt, and it is located between the fusion zone and the parent metal. Of course, while welding, the parent metal is not going to undergo any changes. It will neither melt nor it will undergo any microstructure change. It should retain its original material property, of course, because if welding affects the metal so much, the process has been carried out wrongly. So the parent metal should not be affected so much, or the base metal should not be affected in a way that it melts or there are material property changes. But there will be a zone, a tiny zone in which these changes happen. That zone will be called heat affected zone, or in short HAZ. If you look at it in a diagram form, we clearly see that this is the fusion zone where the welding material is deposited and it creates the joining of two metals, and this one here is the heat affected zone, a small zone or a small part where microstructure changes happen but this part does not melt. This is the part that will melt, the fusion zone. This portion will not melt, but it will undergo some material property changes, that is microstructural changes. And of course, the parent metal, this remaining portion, parent or the base metal, do not and should not undergo any changes in the terms of material properties, or it won't melt even. So this is the heat affected zone. Let's go back and mark the suitable option. So we can see here that the option that we have, the answer that we have got after the explanation is in option A, microstructural changes but does not melt. So this is the correct one. To learn more about metallurgical transformations during welding and to learn more about heat affected zones, you can refer to the NPTEL video lecture 35, metallurgical transformations in weld and heat affected zone of steels, from the course Joining Technologies for Metals. This course is by Dr. D.K. Dwivedi. He is from Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering of IIT Roorkee. I hope this explanation will help you clear your doubt. Thank you.